Good morning. Today is Monday, November 4th, and this is the weekly Rune overview. I am Susan Hintz-Epstein, also known in psychic circles as Susan of the North. This is the rune Gar. This is Odin's rune. It's named after his spear. Odin is the one who selects the warriors for Valhalla. So if this message receives you today, it may be that you are being called upon to be one of the chosen who is a warrior for Odin. In this day and age, I believe that means spiritual awakening, perhaps becoming a warrior for consciousness. Some of us are prayer warriors. I don't know what circles or religion you fall into, and it doesn't matter to me. Spirituality is spirituality. Wanting to be a better person is wanting to be a better person. And this is about honoring the warrior within, honoring your integrity, understanding what you know and what you don't know. Odin is a god of knowledge. Sometimes what we don't know is as important as what we do know, because the act of not knowing or the act of unknowing leaves us more open and free to make choices from the heart. This is the rune Gar for Monday, the 4th of November. For the 5th of November, Ior, the river serpent. In America, it's election day, and we've had an long struggle with two very opposing forces within the human collective. This rune speaks to the subconscious energy, the energies of desire, the energies of chi that motivate one's creative expression, that motivate not only the creation of children, but also one's soul bodies, or the one's aspects of us that survive the physical dying. But in the principle of underlying desires and subconscious, which fuels the human collective, these ongoing forces are still struggling for expression. The river serpent is akin to the two serpents of Kundalini that an awakening person has undulating up their spine, where they meet in the head. And this is where a person comes to unity within themselves. So it is my hope that the human collective will come to a degree of unity that we haven't had, at least in America, since we've been fighting these two opposing forces. For Wednesday, the rune is Gifu, the gift. This is about giving and receiving. You can't be a giver without a receiver. And the implication of this rune also is in giving, sometimes one obligates themselves at the receiving end. So, is this a gift that you want to receive? Is this a gift that is a win win situation? Is it something that improves the lives of both the giver and the receiver? If not, you might want to think about the consequences of what you're giving or what you're receiving. But in the highest manner, this rune also implies a partnership between the divine and oneself, or between husband and wife, in that type of vein. It is always a positive rune. And a lot of people don't even question the giving or the receiving. But I think this warning has merit. You know, sometimes when we receive something, we don't realize that we are taking on an assumed expectation of the giver. So just be aware of that. This is for Wednesday, the 6th of November. On the 7th of November, we have Berkano. This is the feminine rune. And I also find that this rune relates frequently to initiation. So if we can say that every major life change is an initiation of a sort, so we have birth and we have death and we have weddings and we have coming of age ceremonies and all of the things that fall into that place. It's also a traditional woman's role, although that is less true in this modern era, that a woman is a caregiver. Sometimes when we have been taking care of others for a long time, we burn out, and it's an important reminder to take care of ourselves. That is the rune for the 7th Thursday. On Friday, the 8th of November, we have the rune Dayaj. Dayaj is one of my favorite runes because it's coming to understanding. It's bridging differences. It's the twilight between night and day, morning and evening. It's the butterfly who has metamorphized from a caterpillar into its new form. Understanding gives us the tools we need for transformation. If we want to transform our character by tracking our shadows, we can begin to strengthen our will to not react to the things that trigger us. In this nature, we can arise from our shadows into our light. One cannot be a light worker without incorporating one's shadows. Otherwise, you'll just be a judgmental so and so. Dayaj is the rune for Friday, the 8th of November. And for Saturday, the 9th, the rune is Awaj. Awaj is the rune of movement. Things are moving forward. And this is always a positive rune. It's like the relationship between a horse and rider, where the friendship is deeply felt, the kinship is deeply felt. It's the emotion that motivates action. So if you spell it E-motion, this is the impetus to life. This is the impetus to whatever it is that gives you purpose and meaning. And that is the reading, the weekly overview for November 4th through the 9th. And the reason I